Welcome to Food Label Friday, the only show giving you full disclosure about the labels on your food and the ingredients they hide. Gardein Porkless bites. The shift to a meatless diet is spreading rapidly throughout the country. As a result of that, the heartless food manufacturing corporations have worked extra hard to take as many shortcuts as possible to make sure you get their products as quickly as possible. Don't get me wrong, some manufacturers legitimately try to give you healthy alternatives. There are just so many companies who want to take shortcuts so they can save some money. Of course, your health doesn't matter to them because they only see you as a number on a spreadsheet, similar to how they view their employees. Anyway, let's take a look at these ingredients. Many of these appear to be safe, but let's review some of the questionable ones. Vital wheat gluten. Vital wheat gluten is also known as seitan. Seitan is a popular vegan meat substitute made entirely out of hydrated gluten, the main protein found in wheat. It is still a nutritious food that is high in protein and minerals while low in carbs and fat. It contains roughly the same amount of protein as animal meat and is a good source of several minerals. It is also low in carbohydrates and fats. Seitan is high in protein. However, it is an incomplete protein source as it contains very little lysine, an essential amino acid. Seitan is nutritious, but it is still a highly processed food and should be consumed in moderation. Seitan must be avoided by anyone who cannot tolerate wheat or gluten. Prepackaged varieties can be high in sodium too. Some research suggests that consuming gluten may increase gut permeability and cause unpleasant symptoms in some people. This is known as increased intestinal permeability and is associated with a higher risk of food sensitivities, inflammation, and autoimmune disease. Soy Protein Isolate. Soy protein is another popular plant-based protein powder. Most men should avoid it because it contains isoflavones and phytoestrogens that share similarities with estrogen. Enriched flour. Enriched flour is flour in which most of the natural vitamins and minerals have been extracted. When the bran and the germ are removed, your body absorbs wheat differently. Instead of being a slow process that gives you steady bursts of energy, your body breaks down enriched flour more quickly, which typically raises blood sugar more quickly as well. This excess blood sugar has to be metabolized by the liver, and if there's an excess of sugar, your body will store some of it as fat. B-complex vitamins. Niacin, reduced iron, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, and folic acid are B-complex vitamins. I couldn't determine whether most are bad or good in this particular instance. Regarding folic acid, it is the synthetic version of folate. If your body cannot process it into folate, it causes a deficiency which can lead to neurological problems, among others. You'll have to research that on your own and discuss it further with your own doctor or nutritional specialist. Expeller pressed canola oil. Canola is an oilseed crop created through plant crossbreeding. It was developed as an edible version of the rapeseed plant, which harbors toxic compounds. Most canola oil crops are genetically modified to improve oil quality and increase plant tolerance to herbicides. In fact, over 90% of the canola crops in the United States are GMO. Yeast extract. While yeast extract is very high in sodium, manufacturers tend to not add too much of it to prepare foods. The small amounts that are added to food don't alter their sodium content significantly. However, you may want to avoid yeast extracts if you have a problem with blood pressure or another reason to limit sodium. Methyl cellulose. Methyl cellulose is a bulk-forming laxative that increases the amount of water in your stools to help make them softer and easier to pass. Methyl cellulose is used to treat constipation and to help maintain regular bowel movements. Natural flavor. Natural flavors are synthesized in laboratories. The significant function in food is flavoring rather than nutritional. For example, natural blueberry flavor is extracted in a lab from a real blueberry that was picked from a real blueberry bush. Note that the flavors can also come from other fruits, vegetables, seeds, or any other natural source. Carrageenan. Carrageenan is an additive used to thicken, emulsify, and preserve foods and drinks. Some evidence suggests that carrageenan triggers inflammation, gastrointestinal ulcerations, and it damages your digestive system. It is also said to be linked to cancer and diabetes. Xanthan gum. Xanthan gum is a popular food additive that's commonly added to foods as a thickener and stabilizer. It's created when sugar is fermented by a type of bacteria. The bacteria is called Xanthomonas campestris. When sugar is fermented, it creates a broth or goo-like substance, which is made solid by adding alcohol. It is then dried and turned into a powder. The important thing to know is the sugar can come from many different places, including wheat, corn, soy, and dairy. People with severe allergies to these products may need to avoid foods containing xanthan gum unless they can determine what source the xanthan gum came from. Pea protein. For the most part, research says pea protein is relatively safe to ingest. Nevertheless, pea protein powder can be relatively high in sodium, with products containing 110 to 390 milligrams per serving. This will be a problem for those who have high blood pressure, which as we know is a major killer. Gum arabic. Gum arabic may cause digestive issues for some people, particularly when used in large amounts. Potential gum arabic side effects can include flatulence, bloating, unfavorable viscous sensation in the mouth, early morning nausea, mild diarrhea, and other types of indigestion. Now, when looking at the nutrition facts, always look at the serving size. In this example, it is 9 pieces, and it says there's about 3 servings per container. The sodium content is 550 milligrams per serving. These are tiny, but just remember, for every 9, you are ingesting 550 milligrams of sodium. These are tiny enough that you wouldn't even realize how many you're eating. The entire container says 1,640 milligrams of sodium. Now imagine this plus all of the sodium from anything else you eat with it. Remember, the American Heart Association recommends no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day, and moving forward, an ideal limit of no more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day for most adults. We are distracted by the usual BS every day that people often don't think about the war on your body. In particular, the BS that's going on right now all over the media and the internet. It's important for us to stay grounded and remember, what you're eating is also a declaration of war. Next week, we will open up the secrets of another food item. Until then, always read your labels. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Click the notification bell so you'll be notified when we upload new videos. Find The Awakening Frequency on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook. Research is key. Always do your own research and never just listen to what people tell you. We are The Awakening Frequency. Out of the millions of potential subscribers, we just want to reach one so each one can teach one. Peace.